Melissa Gordon, Nashville native, um, social worker, educator. At my core, I'm always going to be a community organizer, even though I navigate in professional spaces where I feel as though the word community organizer is somewhat looked at as, especially in education, is not as valued. I think I show up in community definitely through as a creative. I'm a poet. I write plays. I'm always looking at even problem solving through a creative lens. Well, one I think is that's central to me is I'm a Black woman, so everywhere I show up, that's something that I don't hide. I don't. I make sure that I can show up and have my full self present. And as a Black woman, as someone that's also gay, someone who also is slightly masculine or centered, I feel as though, those inform the ways I show up in a lot of ways. So one is in education, making sure that students of color have equal access, and also the main role of my job is to reduce discipline disparities. Also, as someone who recognizes that we live in a world, in a state, and definitely in a city, to where opportunities, especially around economic opportunities, are not present. I often look for creative ways to make sure that we have, when I say we, the people of color community, we have more access to resources. If that looks like writing a grant, or it looks like connecting people to such and such funder, then that's what I'm going to do. See, so I feel like I have a couple, and it depends on actually maybe what season, and also like where I am in my life. So one, my happy place is my house, and it took me a while. Not it took me a while. I've always liked being at home, but in this last few years, I've definitely made it a space to where like it's drama free. And even like the top floor of my house in the last couple of years, I actually made it a space to where I can sit and chill and be and get my records, and surrounded by plants now, but really just kind of zone out. Also, Asheville is a happy place because it's only 5 hours away. There's good food. Just the vibe there is carefree. I think it actually got voted friendliest city in the world for like 8 years in a row or something crazy like that. But also the creative community is really strong. The queer community up there is really strong. And so I feel at ease. And then my last happy place would be Belize, because I love the food, the people, the vibe there is so cool, and I feel like I'm at home. People look like me, they just have accents a little bit, but other than that, that's another place to where I feel at home. And also, even though there's definitely American influence, the disconnect from the United States is good. My favorite thing about collaborating with Black women is one, the breathing space. There's a different way of being when you're surrounded by nothing but Black women, and there's this knowing, some things are just unsaid, and just the vibe itself, but also there's this ability to lean in a way that maybe I can't in other spaces that I navigate. And then also learning. I think for all of us, I think about times where I've been in maybe one or two or one in these professional settings, and to be around nothing but professional Black women who are all just trying to get tangible dreams in our own way. It feels good. Yeah, I think about I name a few youth programs, for example, that are in the city that are run by women of color, And it would be amazing if we could share our resources and have, maybe it's my own dream too. A shared dream, I think. I have a Black Girl Center. Like, that way we don't have to go and just coexist in the school system or in this community center. Instead, it will be ours that we own. And so I think about like opportunities such as community block grant funds, or using only their different pockets, like that are NSP2 fund eligible. Maybe like the Parkwood area, to where we can get a property for a low rate, a low cost. And so I think there's missed opportunities when it comes to shared resources, because then that strengthens our power and our ability to serve. We actually own the building, and especially as Nashville is this it city in those spaces that once you look over, like, oh, that's for foreclosure and it's $130,000. The next week, it's $500,000 for the same property. So missed opportunities when we could share resources, and oftentimes we're serving the same students, and so just ways to collaborate. So this whole idea of the whole child, we could do that in a better way. So I feel like I'm a natural networker, like bringing and connecting people together. And somebody calls, hey Mel, well, I need money for this community garden. Connect people such and such. Hey Mel, it's a grant. Can you help me find a grant for such and such? Like, and so if I really sat down, like, that could be something I did on a regular basis. And then I feel like the last couple of years, I've been creative in different ways. So I started making films and working with young people around narrative writing. But I haven't really told my story in a while. And so I especially think I'm going to use the last of this quarter to really finish one of 2 one-woman shows I've been drafting for a minute. And I don't know, especially with the winter coming, what I'm really focused on is what happens to not just women of color, but to people in what I call the nonprofit industrial complex. And so, sitting on using creativity to be critical, because there isn't a time right now to be critical through art. It's now. I mean, just